What's going on, y'all? We alive. I'm your man, Jose, the Dominican Dream, alongside.
It's your boy, the Maniac.
We are the Boxing Roundtable, and we are ready to talk boxing. Listen, guys, very seldomly do you hear. I grew up in, I was born in 86. I grew up in the early 90s, mid 90s, 2000s. I know what greatness is as far as boxing goes. And for me to say the following words about a fighter or the following word about a fighter means a lot. Jesse Bam Rodriguez is special. He is a special fighter. He's someone that I can compare to those fighters in the early 90s, 80s, mid 90s, early 2000s. The guy has it all. He is a complete fighter. Fantastic performance, fantastic crowd, fantastic atmosphere. Again, you mentioned it a lot, Sean. People that say they don't watch these weight classes because they're too small or whatever. You guys aren't real boxing fans. You guys are casuals. Bottom line, point blank, period. Because if you really like something, if you really like greatness, if you want to watch something exquisite, if you want to watch skill, if you want to watch power, he got knockouts. He got technique. He got skill. He got speed. He got a chin. He got a heart. He got determination. He doesn't fight boring fights. It's not a boring fighter. So what else do you want to see? My fault. What else do people want to see? Shout out to him, and of course, my hats off all as well to Juan Francisco El Gallo Estrada for showing up, man, and giving whatever it is that he had. I'm not gonna say what he has left because he was solid in there, but I think the layoff plus the age, like we mentioned before the fight, was going to be a factor. Anyway, I'm 2 for 2, or 2 for 2 today. I predicted Teofimo Lopez would win by decision, and that Bam Rodriguez would win by stoppage on the Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez fought a gritty game, a guy that this dude came to win. He didn't follow a script. He didn't get the script. I think they sent it to the wrong address because this dude showed up, man, and he did his best. His best was not enough. He had a superior talent in front of him, but he did great, man. He threw a lot of jabs. He was pressuring Teo. He landed a lot of good body shots, and boy, could he take a punch. Anyway, Sean, talk to us about the night. And really, man, I really can't say enough about Jesse Bam Rodriguez. I mean, to me, forget me. I don't care what anybody says. There's no better fighter in the world today, right now, skill for skill, talent for talent, pound for pound. There's no better fighter in the world today better than Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He's my number one pound for pound fighter. Crawford, anyway, number 2 or 3, however you want to put those.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, we were
real prison talk with Tommy.
Yeah,
what's up, my brother? What you thought? Talk to us. Go ahead, Maniac.
No, let's start with the first fight, the Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo, again, Clagget was there. He was in the hold on.
No problem. Again, Maniac wants to start off with the Teofimo, but I gotta go back to my man Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Plus, it's a fight that we just saw happen right now. Real prison talk with Tommy. Tommy, talk to us, man. What did you think about the fights? Did you watch the fights? And what are your thoughts? Tommy says Bam was sensational, beautiful footwork to set up shots. No, I mean, yeah, absolutely. The way he was moving side to side, the angles that he was giving his opponent, which he usually does, and especially in this fight against this caliber of fighter, uh, uh, a great fighter. People are calling him an all-time great. I'm not sure if he's an all-time great at uh, at those weights, but I think he's definitely a great fighter. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, a future Hall of Famer. Juan Francisco Estrada. I want to know what do you think, Tommy, about them having a rematch? That's something that I would not recommend Juan Francisco Estrada to do at this stage. I think that, listen, everything Bam did was great. The southpaw jab, the angles, the power punches, the mixing up the shots as he always does, his punch placement, his selection of punches and where to place them. Everything was just beautiful. I There's only one I give Bam an A-, and you really could give him an A+. And I feel that he respected Juan Francisco Estrada a bit because he had him hurt on 2 occasions before Estrada knocked him down. I think he respected the old man a little too much. I think he had mercy on him, being that he was a legend. And Bam, yes, Bam is a poised fighter, but Bam always jumps on you when he knows he has you hurt. He jumps on you, man, like he gets on you like white on rice. With Estrada, he didn't do that. And I think it was out of respect. But that caused him to, it was a mistake. And in the greatness of Juan Francisco Estrada, he capitalized on that little bit where he took his game. He took his eye off the ball a little bit. Bam. Yeah, he did kind of. It was kind of a foot thing. He did catch his foot. You saw the feet get a little tangled, but he hit him with a nice punch and dropped him. He wasn't terribly hurt, as we saw, but yeah, I would not. He had that success because Bam took his eye on the ball, and like a great experienced fighter did, he took advantage of that. Do I think a rematch? Would I recommend Juan Francisco Estrada to have a rematch? Absolutely not. Let's see what Tommy says. Estrada is a killer. Make no mistake. And Bam made the mistake of letting his eye off the ball a little bit. Got hit. Rematch unnecessary. I agree. Thank you for answering that question. Well, there you go. That's a fight that my man, the Maniac, would love since he is the biggest. I went over Maniac's house the other day. He had the wallpaper. It was just Junto Nakatani everywhere. Estrada, I meant. Yeah. Well, rematch is unnecessary. Yeah. So go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, man. So let's get right to the Teo fight. Again, solid performance, nothing spectacular, nothing eye opening. He's just the superior fighter. We kind of saw that. Steve Clagget, he came, like you said, man, he came to win. He came to win. But he just didn't have that skill set. But I love this attitude. In fact, if Matias was to let his hands go like Clagget does, oh man, that would have been crazy. But listen, I'm gonna say this: Teo, he needs to fight somebody. Like him fighting these lower tier fighters is not doing nothing. It was no spectacular performance. In fact, he ran through Teo's punches. He couldn't hurt him. There was a round where but he came and he was like, "You can't hurt me." So again, nonetheless, Teo dominated. He won the fight. It's not really nothing.
I agree. I agree with Teo not putting up a spectacular performance. I think like I said, my prediction was that he would win the decision because he would do some dumb shit in the ring. He didn't do as much dumb shit as I thought he would, but he was doing a lot of this, Sean. A lot of this and a lot of, pity patting. Yo, all right, pity patting here and there, but create distance. Don't let this guy smother your punches. You're the superior puncher. You're the superior athlete. You know how to use a jab. Do it. You know how to go to the body. Do it. So in that regard, I would give Teofimo, maybe a B plus. Um, One thing I do disagree with, I agree with, but I'm going to put an asterisk to it. Is all right, Sean. Yes, absolutely, he should fight better fighters. But the thing is how much of that is on him? We know Tio always wants to fight the best. He's been calling out the best in several weight classes. What is the guy gonna have to do to get those opportunities? Right.
I'm not.
The only one guy that was calling him out that he would. I'm sure he would have eventually fought him. He wasn't running from him, and that was Matias. Just lost his chance. He got beat. So who when you talk about fighting another top level guy, who are you referring to? And who do you think? Do you think that Tio is there someone Tio doesn't want to fight at 140?
No, 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 no. I never referred to him ducking. I say he just needs to fight a top guy. Clagget is not a top guy. I'm talking about a pit bull. I'm talking about any of the champions at 140. At least unified. Then you know what? Try to go undisputed. Right? Technically, you were undisputed, but on record, no. The bottom line is we done with these fights. We done with these Claggets. He needs to. We need Tio in the big fights. That's the bottom line. So let's see if they're gonna fight him. Like I said, I'm not saying he's avoiding that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need him in the big fights.
All right, all right. Well, let's analyze this for a second. Let's analyze it. Shout out to Ephraim. I think this might be Ephraim from back in the day. He said he didn't let Tio breathe all on his body, man. Yeah, he did a good job, man. He did the best he could. Clagget, man. Real prison talk with Thomas says, I'm not mad to see Tio brawling, but he needs to stop fucking around and showboating on some bootleg Ray Jones-ish. Oh, man, a lot of comments, man. Tio said making 140 is killing him. He wants to move up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. If making 140 is killing him, with that small frame, there's guys a lot bigger than him that made it, and that the guys at 47 are going to be bigger than him. And people will question Tio's power at 140. I don't think it's bad. I think Clagget is just a tough dude with a good chin. Again, Sean, let's analyze this. What I was saying before I went into the comments. That the comments is all right. How realistic? Would I love to see? Absolutely, I would love to see Teofimo Lopez versus Pitbull. How realistic is it? Based on who does Pitbull fight for? PBC.
Yeah, well,
Al Heyman.
He's Manny Pacquiao, but they fight under the PBC banner.
Has he ever fought? Yeah, he fights under the. Has he ever fought a top ranked fighter? Not that I can remember recently, no. And matter of fact, his next fight, he's fighting another PBC fighter. He just fought a PBC fighter in Mayweather Promotions PBC fighter, Raleigh, right? Then now he's fighting another PBC fighter in Jose Valenzuela. So who else is that? Who's the other belt holder at 140? Now you got Liam Paro. That's possible. Who does he fight for?
He's Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, Eddie.
Matchroom.
I think Eddie Hearn would work with Bob. I don't think he's worked with Bob recently, but he has worked with Bob in the past, and I think he would work with Bob.
He worked with Bob in Verona, New York.
All right, well, there you go. Because you're talking about a top fighter. He's another guy that has the belt. Devin Haney. He's on.
Puello's the belt holder.
Puello's another belt holder. No, I was talking about top fighters, right? Devin Haney. He's on. He's still doing his crying campaign all over the country and the world about the Ryan Garcia fight. Alberto Puello. It's not an attractive fight. It's not a fight that people are going to clamor for. It's not a fight that people want to see. But Alberto Puello is a fight that he deserves, and it's a fight that he can win.
But it's the unification. That's the main thing.
But it's not a lucrative fight. It don't. Who's Puello? Who is he?
Steve Clagget wasn't a lucrative fight neither. It's the
Yeah.
same thing, but at least Puello brings something to the table. He's undefeated and he has a belt. So those are two things he got going for him.
But that's not that's not an exciting fight.
We know,
I
we
wouldn't
know it's
sign up to
not.
see it.
We know it's not an exciting fight, but it brings value. If you're trying to, all right.
Yeah, but
If,
what you want to do is capitalize and make him a star, which it almost seems like it's impossible. You're not gonna do that by having him fight Puello.
is the thing is, yeah, it's the belt. He has something of value. It's not Puello himself. It's not. I know, but he has. So don't
Ephraim
let
says
him
it's not
unify.
exciting.
So he shouldn't unify. Then
Well,
he should go back.
he already beat the undisputed champion.
I'm talking about 140. Let him fight them
That's
champions.
that he beat the undisputed champion at 140 and Josh
Yeah, but
Taylor. He beat the brakes off him.
there's other guys that got belts now. Puello get that belt. So you're gonna say so he fought Jermaine Ortiz and he fought Clagget back to back, and those were attractive
All
fights.
right, who are the champions at 140? You got Tio, you got Paro, you got Puello, and who else?
And Pitbull.
I would love to see Tio versus Pitbull. Make that shit happen some way somehow, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
So then
So
we're gonna see Tio with these dudes.
yeah, that's what we're gonna
It's
see.
boring.
But I agree with you. I agree with you. If it's not Pitbull, then I would rather see him fight Paro because I know it'll be he's another champion. He brings value, but it's an exciting fight. It's a more exciting fight than Puello. Puello, we gonna be sleeping for 6-7 rounds. Then in the end, something might happen. But I don't like that fight. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Uh, Real prison talk with Tommy. I wish Tio did a camp or two at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Sean can tell you how many times I've mentioned Tio bringing somebody else into his corner, getting a different trainer. But a lot of these guys, they don't seem to do that. They keep their pappy around, and their pap. And it's not only the fighter's fault, but it's the father's fault. You took your son Sean to a certain place. All right, this is as far as I can take him. Let me bring somebody else in. And, Teofimo Sr. doesn't see it that way. So, and Tio Jr. is okay with it when that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
Should Shakur move to 140 pounds? I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
if he can't get if he can't get the
Tank fight.
tank fight, then he needs to move up to 140.
Absolutely.
But yeah, listen.
And if he moves up to 140, would he fight T.O.? I don't know. And is he gonna stay with Top Rank? Because if he's not gonna stay with Top Rank, then no, he's not gonna fight Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, he might be going to Matchroom has some interest.
Tio versus Pato is lit, says Tommy. Puello is dangerous, uses his length well. Yeah, definitely dangerous. A fight that he can definitely win. It isn't his last match on contract for Top Rank. Yeah, we just mentioned that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. Sean says that he's not gonna sign again, right, Maniac? You don't believe he's gonna stay with Top Rank?
Yeah, that's the rumor circulating that Top Rank really don't care. Let's see. I'll be in Jersey next Saturday. I'll be in the Prudential Center. Let's see how the atmosphere is there. Let's see who comes out. But remember, that card also has a very good co-main event and Oshaki Foster versus Robson Conceição. And
Yeah,
we know
that's a nice match. That's a nice match. I like
that's
that.
a good co-main event. Of course, Keyshawn Davis is on that card, and also Abdullah Mason. Or Ephraim, holla at me. I'll be in there. Now to Bam Rodriguez. No. Before we move on, there was a co-main event. Robeisy, Ramirez versus the Brandon guy, the Mexican. Man,
Benitez.
Robeisy again. He showed that this new age Cuban fighters don't play with they fool. He went in there and did exactly what he needed to do. And now you want people Now we're talking about that get back with Espinoza because it didn't lose nothing. He still looked good. He still got his power. So it's not like, oh, I don't know. If it don't happen, fine. I'm not saying it has to. What I'm saying is he's ready. And it was a fight that could have gone either way. So this is why I would like it. But it could be a rematch where now Espinoza go in there and straight fry him. But we'll see because Robeisy is tough. He's not gonna go down easy.
Well, I think as the fights got closer tonight, as the fights were about to happen, that's actually one of the fights I was more excited for that fight than the Teofimo Lopez fight because of the explosiveness of Robeisy, and he likes to put on a show. I think that he had a fantastic game plan, and I think that he executed it. But my opinion, looking at him physically, I don't think he looked all that physically. I think he looked a little soft in the body. I saw him breathing in the mid rounds, and it wasn't a fight where he was moving a lot because he doesn't move a lot. He moves just enough, perfectly. Takes a step back, two steps back. He's not the kind of guy that dances around. And it wasn't a fight where it was a high volume punching like him versus Espinoza. And if he was tired mid rounds against this guy, I think, him against this version of Espinoza that we just saw, physically he looked great. He's a real tall, thin guy, but he was actually muscular. If you looked at him, he was solid, bro. He had some muscles on a skinny body. Ruesi, yeah, the speed was there. I didn't think he looked as fast as before. The power was definitely there and his experience. But, he's been fighting a long, long time since a kid in Cuba, 2 gold medals, right? He had a lot of amateur fights. Sometimes there's a little wear and tear on your body, even though you may not be so old. So, yes, he looked he outclassed his opponent because his opponent was outclassed to begin with in the matchup. He was tough, don't get me wrong. He was game, but he didn't have the skill set or the talent to compete. I think that against Espinoza, if he wants that fight next, that's on him. I suggest he takes one more fight before that fight because comparing last performances, I'm gonna go with Espinoza that he's gonna stop him this time.
Yeah. I wouldn't go another fight. You don't want Espinoza. He's starting to heat up. Your best chance is to beat him right away. And not even saying he's gonna do that. But based on styles, Robeisy, he was in that fight, man. It'll be interesting, but I'm favoring Espinoza in that fight regardless in the rematch. And it'll be I want to see Robeisy Shushu. You know what? That is very interesting right there. Efren, Robeisy. If Robeisy is not gonna fight um Espinoza,
Espinoza.
put Shushu in there. Because now, if Shushu could beat someone like Robeisy, then we know he's ready for a title fight. So, 100%, Ephraim, sign me up. That's again, if Robeisy doesn't fight Espinoza next, throw Shushu in there with Robeisy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How
You do
many
that shit here in New York City.
how many fights does I say do it in Miami because of the Cubans? Um, you're right. The other kid is from New York, but I don't know how many fans he got. How
No,
many fans gonna show
they
up?
come out. They come out for Shushu, bro. I've been in the garden 3 times when he fought, and they out there. They come out for him.
All right. How many fights does Shushu have?
Um, let's see. Bruce Carrington.
Do you think that he's experienced enough to fight Robeisy right now?
So on the looking at it, we just doing it by numbers. No, he's 12-0, 12-0, 8 knockouts. But listen, he showed he has poise. He's another one that has a veteran mindset in that ring. He goes in there, he don't panic. He takes his time. He know what he's doing. He continues with the game plan. He doesn't abandon it because it's not working for the first 3 rounds. He continues and He executes, and once he executes, he gets you out of there. Listen, Teofimo Lomachenko at a young age. Listen, I felt Teo wasn't ready. You did. A lot of people didn't. So we won't know, man. I think I want to see it. I want to see it. It'll be a hell of a fight because it's gonna be fought in the pocket. There will be no boxing in that fight. Maybe in the first 2-3 rounds, but once fourth, fifth round come, both them fighters are going to go in there and cook. And in fact, Ephraim, speaking of that,
He's 12. He has 12 fights, and he has had he has had no. He looks. I've seen the highlights. I haven't seen too much of him. I'll be honest, but he looks fantastic athletically. But 12-0 and 12-0. All right, it's a little. Not only is it a little bit of fights, but is also who he fought in those 12 fights, and I don't think he's fought anybody yet. So it ain't the same, man. Hitting a bag that don't hit back. This is different. If they want to put him in there, I'm cool with it. Let him get his ass whooped early. But if I'm managing him well, I wait that out a little bit. They got to build his record up a little more.
We'll see. I'm telling you, we listen. Other fighters have done it. I don't see why why not? You know,
because at least Teofimo knocked out a world champion before that when he beat the African dude. Was the African dude's name? They knocked him out in the second round.
Coleman.
Real nice guy. Yeah, Coleman. At least he knocked out a champion that was proven to have fought people before, but Carrington has done nothing.
Listen, this is the sport. They want to get in there. He was talking about he want to fight Espinoza. Right now, shit, you might as well fight Robeisy first. If he get cooked,
I'm with it. But let's just make sure that we said it now. I said it now. He might not be ready yet. So if you get cooked, I won't hear nobody crying.
And I ain't nobody gonna cry.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, man, he did what he had to do. Shout to Robeisy. He's still dangerous at 126. He's a problem for anybody at that division, world champ, non-world champ. So we'll see what's next for him, whether it be a rematch with Espinoza or he fights another champion or he fights someone like Boo Boo. But we'll see.
Your man Tommy says sometimes you got to fry the egg when the pan is hot. Shuzu is ready for Robeisy. And Ephraim also says, well, Robeisy will be his first real challenger then. I think he's ready. If that's what y'all say, you know, he get cooked and come back over here and I'll be waiting for y'all.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere. That's like
wait, you got to start somewhere. But you don't want to start. You can't dive into the deep end if you don't know how to swim like that yet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Remember, Robeisy was just in a tough fight, man. There's some chink in the armor. He'll be getting Robeisy at a good time. And not saying again,
experience, man. You got experience though. That experience is a bitch.
Lomachenko fought Salido in his second career fight, bro. You talking
and he
about
lost.
Hall of Famer in a tough fight.
But he lost.
He almost hit in a tough fight. In second fight, name me a fighter in their second fight that would have done that with Salido. Nobody. So in the second fight, to go the distance and almost drop Salido in a close fight. So it's give and take, man. It's a matter of opinion. We could say he might get fried. He might go down.
I'm not saying he gonna get fried. I'm just saying it might be a little too early.
You said that he gonna get his ass whooped. That's getting fried.
No. I said if he get his ass whooped, I don't want to hear nobody crying. That's
you said I'm gonna be here waiting. You said I'm gonna be here waiting.
If he get his ass whooped, yeah. I don't know who to pick in that fight yet because I haven't seen too much of him. All I know is the dude's 12-0 and he wants to fight Robeisy. I don't care who you are. If you're 12-0 and you want to fight Espinoza or Robeisy, it's not going to be easy. Matter of fact, it might be you might be biting off more than you can chew. That's what I'm saying.
No, we know that, but that's what I'm saying. That's for anybody. Even fighters with experience, oh, I'm ready, and they get in there, they get fried. You got dudes with a lot of experience getting beat up, but that's just boxing. We'll see, man. If he's like you said, right? You like Tio because he want the smoke. So, shoo, if he want the smoke, that's good. That's what you want. That's what you like in fighters, right? Experience or not.
Tio had at least 16 fights when he fought
All right, but
Lomachenko,
if he believed in
and
himself,
he had beat a former or a world champion for his belt, and he knocked him out. An experienced world champion. Shushu hasn't done that yet.
but
That's what I'm saying. It's different.
if he feel he ready, then bro, you gotta respect it. That's what you want, though. Whether he get fried, he not there calling out Mickey
No,
Mouse.
no. Again, I like it, but it's dangerous.
It is. That part I agree. It's Robeisy is dangerous for anybody at
Yeah.
126. But look,
Ephraim says Robeisy has 5 more fights than Shushu. Yeah, but he has those 2 gold medals and those 500 or whatever it is amateur fights, just like Lomachenko. That's why Lomachenko was able to fight Salido in the second fight and do that good. These guys are a Cuban that's 15-0 is really like 30-0, man.
yeah. But we'll see, man. We'll see what the future holds. I'm definitely can't wait to see Robeisy in the ring again because he brings it. So you gotta love that. Whether it be Shushu, whether it be Espinoza, whether it be whoever, I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah,
Bottom
again, these guys, real time. He says Loma beat Prime Gary in his 3rd fight. Again, you're talking about Lomachenko, 2-time gold medalist, right? These guys had hundreds of amateur fights. These guys came. At what age did Lomachenko turn pro?
Yeah, but you see, now you contradicting, right? Because you saying that remember
I'm not
pro
contradicting
yeah, because
because no, because the Cuban,
pro,
the Cuban,
no,
and
the
the
amateur
Lomachenko
and the
both.
pros are two different worlds, bro.
Yeah, but
You
now when you
say it
have
all the
that, when
time.
yeah, but when you have that many, yeah,
You
but you
say
got a
it all,
lot.
yeah, bro. But listen, still, you still in the pro. It's a different style. You say it all the time. I don't like the Ukrainians because they have that amateur style. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they have experience.
Yeah, but not at the pro
Experience.
level. Not at the pro level. This is a different kind of ball game. Lomo's
It
nice to
is,
be
but
like,
it
bro.
helps you it helps you, bro.
Yes
It
and no.
helps you.
Look at Zhu Shuman,
Hmm.
Zhu Shiming, that Chinese dude. They won the
Man,
gold
he
medal.
Chinese, man.
Oh,
When
now
was the last time
wait,
he
but
Chinese, man? How
but
many?
it's
How many?
experience,
China got a 1.4 billion people, and they produce maybe like 2 world championships
bro.
in boxing history.
No,
They don't
bro.
got boxing is not their sport. They're
I
great
know
at
that,
a lot of other
bro.
things, not
It
boxing.
doesn't. It doesn't matter. So he's still a gold medalist. He was fighting against the best in the world. He has that experience, and he went in there did
How many?
nothing.
How many? How many? I gotta look at his record and how many fights he had, but he ain't had no 500-600 like Lomachenko and these guys. That's a lot of fights, man.
All right.
40
I mean,
Central.
listen, it's still different, man. To me, the pros are amateur. The style,
Absolutely. But I'm saying you can't compare a 3-0 2-time gold medalist with a guy that had 100 amateur fights and didn't even go to the Olympics and now only has 10 pro fights.
but
That's what I'm saying.
Gary Russell had a good
Hmm.
amateur background too, and he beat him. So it's again, Lomo was just good. I know you don't really like him, but Lomo is a good. He a future Hall of
But
Famer.
I'm not saying I don't know why you mentioned it. I'm not saying I don't like him. I ain't never mentioned. I'm
In
not
the
saying what I'm
past,
saying. What
remember?
I'm saying is, but I'm actually talking good about it. I'm saying the reason these guys can do that good, right, with a little bit of fights, is because they had a real long amateur background, and not a long one, but a successful one with 2 gold medals apiece.
It's because they just good. Period.
Just
That
like
doesn't
Riggin,
guarantee.
just like Riggindale.
Yeah, but Riggin now the same thing. He was because he was good.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
he
it
had
is.
like he had like 5 or 6 fights. I think he was already a world champion. But those are those guys, because they all got 3 something in common. Lomachenko, him, and Robeisy. They were able to be world champions so quickly because they all were like 2-time gold
Yeah,
medalists. It was
but
different.
Robeisy lost his first fight as a pro. So this is what I'm saying. You listen. Either you got it or you don't. You say it all the time. You understand? Yes, it does help. I'm not saying it doesn't, but that's not the all in all. That is not gonna. It's not going to help. You got to be good still to get in there. The pros is just a whole different ball game.
I agree, man. I'm just saying, listen to what I'm saying, the detail
I
of it, man. I'm
am
not saying
listening. I am
that as
listening.
just as asterisk that I'm putting there. This is asterisk that he might not be ready yet. I think maybe one more fight or two.
And it's
You got
true.
to take steps. You got to take steps.
He might not. I'm not. But I'm just saying, I'm okay with it.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Bam, talk to me about Jesse Bam Rodriguez versus Juan Francisco and Gallo Estrada. Fight of the night, hands down. Fight of the night.
Listen, man. Yo, look. It's. I'm gonna say something, man. And again, everything is opinion. This shit is subjective. But if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you call yourself a hardcore boxing fan, and you're not gonna, and you tell me that Bam is, we know he's top three. That's not even a debate. But if you tell me you cannot make the argument that he's the number one pound for pound fighter, then you know what? I don't need to talk to you because now you're being biased, bro. This was his 20th fight. He beat Quadras, world champ. He beat Robeisy, stopped him, and now Juan Francisco Estrada. And he beat all three of them, rocked them. Young and experienced at the time. You want to talk about special? People say, "What's special? How do you define special?" Bro, you see it when you do everything good. And when you do everything good, we're talking about jabbing, the footwork beyond amazing, pivots, angles, combination punching, his um
Body work,
the body work,
punch placement.
his composure. Yo, bro, seeing him, it's like seeing an artist, like a real good artist just drawing, and you just there looking like, wow, this dude could draw his ass off. You know, like, yo, he's a good artist. This dude's a special artist. It's the same thing when you watching the fighter, when you watching Bam. This guy, what he did to this future Hall of Famer, you're talking about Gallo. He's considered one of the greatest smallest fighters in history, right? And what he did to him, bro, he only lost one round, the round where he got dropped. And he wasn't hurt by it. Gallo's a legend. He got up, okay, he ate that. Got his composure again. He does not panic. He understands the job in front of him. Take it easy. I got this. And why he did, he finished him. That pivot, that side step, and that body shot, bro, that was so pretty, bro. To stop him, the way he put himself in position, he knew. It's just, bro, it's like
That was so hard. He was so hurt from that showing I almost thought it was low because people usually act that hurt when it's a low blow, but that shit was clean.
no,
I didn't even see the blow, but they didn't even mention it. But the way he hit it and the sound of it,
no,
it sounded like a crack.
it was. Listen, man,
It was ugly. It was an ugly body shot. Ugly.
Vicious. And you're talking about a GOAT, and we spoke about it. Estrada has never been stopped in his career. Yo, like Salvador saying, yo, I agree. Tommy, yo, Bam. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Salvador Sanchez. For any y'all, you guys that don't know who Salvador Sanchez is, you're a young man. You don't know boxing like that. Go on YouTube and pick your poison. Pick whatever Salvador Sanchez fight you've ever seen. Some people say he was the best Mexican fighter to ever do it.
Yes.
Problem is, he died at 23 years old in a car crash, so we can't quite measure that because he didn't live out his entire trajectory.
Work. He still didn't, and his body of work was still good.
He still had like 40-something fights.
Bro, I'm gonna say something. No, Salvador Sanchez would have been the greatest Mexican fighter if he would have lived for like another 5 years easily. Bam has the talent, the skill set, the mentality to be. If he keeps on fighting, depends how long he fights.
Wait, one minute. Keep your thought right there. Don't move your thought. Let me interject and say something. On top of everything that you mentioned, how old is he?
Bro, he's like 23, 24.
Unbelievable. That's Sean. How many times have you heard people say, "Oh, but just wait"? A lot of fighters that have been hyped up. They be
He's young.
24,
He's
25,
too young.
23. He's young. Wait, yo, oh, yo, hold on, Dream. Why you? He only 20. I don't want to hear that shit, man. When you nice, you nice. When you special, you special. And when you special, like, not only are you special, but you proving it because you beating you're unifying. You're going up in different divisions. You're coming back down. You whooping top fighters' ass at the top fighter in dominant fashion at 20, the youngest champion in boxing when he became the champion, and the youngest active unified champion today. Come on, man. Anyway, I just have to mention that because on top of everything that you're saying, and I want you to continue to elaborate, I have to mention that he's only 24 years old, barely 24. He was just 23 the other day.
So if he continues to fight at this pace and win at this pace, I don't think there's gonna be no argument who's the greatest fighter in Mexican of this generation, maybe in history. But the reason he won't get that dream, you know why? Because again,
He's not Mexican.
what is he?
He's born in the United States.
He's Mexican, man. He's a Mexican American. He's Mexican.
Yeah, no, but they're not gonna claim him like that. That's why he came out with that's why he came out with the United States national. They signed the Mexican one and the American.
He's gonna show respect, but at the end of the day, your blood is Mexican. His mother and his father are Mexican. He has Mexican.
But he's not. You can't talk about him like that because if he goes to the Olympics, he's not gonna fight for Mexico. He's gonna fight for the United States.
Yeah, but it's still I don't care. You ask him, he's gonna tell you he's Mexican. The bottom line is this: if Bam continues on this streak, bro, it's crazy. But you heard Chris Mannix, and we spoke about this, and I said nah. You heard why he wanted him to do?
Yeah. I heard that shit. He kept repeating it.
Who, bro? He said it, bro. I'm at 115. The dude is at 120. Oh, there's a mega fight. And I said, that's a stupid thing, bro. Bro, in the way, by the time Bam reaches 122, in the way he's at 130, bro. Because Bam, he still got food at 115. And then he's never fought at 118. So once he step into that, when he gets to that floor, when he gets off that elevator into that floor, he needs to fill it out. And you know, as you go higher in division, those punch harder, they take your punch better. So why you rushing my son, bro? Leave him while he's doing. Because
what did you mention, Sean, on the last show? Something you mentioned about him. What did you call him? Small. He's a small guy, man.
He is. And
he's small.
But let's also take into account he has to take his time, but at least in every division he's in, he's going right for the horse. He's not fighting I want to fight him for. He's fighting the best. Who's the best here? We getting it popping. So, bro, and he said it. He wants to be undisputed at 115. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. And then once he's done, let's do 118. I would love for him to fight Nakatani. What? That's my guy. But,
is Nakatani a champion?
Yeah. Nakatani's at 118. He just beat Angel Santiago for the belt. But again,
he's at 118.
Yeah, he's at 118. This is what I'm saying. So I wouldn't want Bam to jump up for that. Just do you at 115. He still might go up there and cook Nakatani. That's a possibility, but not right now. Let Bam do what he did. Why he has done that 112 and 115, bro, it's crazy. Look, my man hit me up. My man just hit me up. We're talking about that, right? Because it's just, bro, it's just crazy what he has done in a 2-year span. Like, he's only 20. Nigga ain't no 20. Let's get it popping. bro. He's beaten. Look, he's beaten Quadras, um, Rugged V-Side, Sonny Edwards, and Gallo. And he said, my man just said this, bro. That's like Boots beating Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Brian Norman, and Bud Crawford. Bro, very equivalent to that. But he's not going to get the credit because we live in a fucking society where these boxing fans are programmed to say, oh, I don't watch those little weight classes. Who's down there? Those guys are bums. Oh, now they bums, but everybody Crawford beat is an animal. Everybody Spence beat is an animal. Everybody Canelo beat is an animal. These dudes beat here and they not
No,
bro.
wait, not only that, let me say something. You know me, and something I've always told you. The smaller guys are the better guys. Usually, after a certain weight down, the most Teddy Atlas has said it in the past, great boxing mind. That don't mean I gotta agree with him all the time on some things I do. Smaller guy, the better guy. Down there, everybody got skill. Everybody got skill. Just about 80% of them fighters got skill, man. Those
And
guys
what
got
else,
it all.
and what else they do, Dream? They fight
They,
each other.
they fight
Right?
each other. So the way you become the best and the way you really get the best in any division is if the best fight the best. This is another thing. So I don't think it's only the weight. I think it's you mentioned society. If Bam was some ignorant, crazy, wilding out dude that colored his hair all kinds of colors and had like 3.5 million followers on Instagram doing dumb shit, they wouldn't give a fuck what weight he would fight. They wouldn't give a fuck if he was fighting minimum weight 106. They tune in because they would like all the dumb shit and all the popularity. They wouldn't even, a lot of people don't even look at Tank. Tank is a little guy. A lot of people that don't know boxing, the casuals, don't even know. They ask you, "Oh, damn, well, yo, why don't Tank fight Canelo? Or why don't Tank fight?" And I'm like, "Nah, his Tank is smaller." What you mean? How much Tank weigh? Tank weighs 135. What? Man, that's frail, man. He a little nigga, man. He don't, that's what they think, right? They think that so they don't even know what weight Tank. They don't know that Tank is a lightweight, right? So it's not about the little weight classes. It's just like you mentioned. People are conditioned to believe a certain thing, and you know why? Also, because America has always been uh, a, a discriminatory nation, a racist nation, and it was based on racism. And here, if you're not big, if you're not big, you're not respected as far as the fight game. You don't matter. You don't count. When you look at that place was crowded. That place was packed. Everybody in there was yelling. Why? Because it was filled with Latinos. Latinos usually they don't care what weight you fight at. If you nice, you nice. Plus Latinos usually, right? Especially Mexico, Central, South America, people are usually a little smaller on average, right? That don't mean that you got less skill than somebody else, right?
Correct.
Messi, South America. Messi is from Argentina. Messi's like 5'6". He's the best soccer player in the world. They say in history. So that shit don't matter how big or small you are. If you nice, you nice. And that's the problem with America. They don't like to recognize that. Oh, he's not big. Or the heavyweight division. What heavyweight? These heavyweights are bum. Tyson Fury's a fucking bum. Not Vitaly. Vladimir Klitschko is a fucking bum. You're gonna compare those guys? Can you compare those guys skill for skill to fucking to this guy, to Jesse Bam Rodriguez? You're gonna compare those guys to a Chico Carbajal? You're gonna compare those guys to what's the other guy down there? La Vida Loca?
Chocolatito. Chocolatito.
Chocolatito? You gotta compare Tyson Fury to Chocolatito? You gotta compare Vladimir Klitschko? It's a joke. It's a joke. If you're appalled and you can't believe what I'm saying, then don't watch us no more. Comment or whatever. That means you don't know boxing. That means you started watching boxing when Mayweather fought Baldomir. You don't know nothing about boxing. You a Mayweather fan. You a Tank fan. You a Canelo fan. You're not a boxing fan. You don't know boxing.
Bro, wow. Well said, brother. Well said, man. I couldn't disagree with that, man. And I think with that being said, I think that's the best way just to shut it down, bro. Right there.
My man said 40 Central.
Oh, that's my man
Uh,
James.
yeah, he said, how do y'all feel about Boots saying nobody calls him out? Do y'all think that's true? Yeah, I think that's true. Who the fuck is calling Boots?
Yeah.
It's true, but it's not true because there's one guy that did it, but he didn't take him seriously. And that's
Who?
your man, the Flair. The Flair Cars.
wait,
In
wait, wait,
person. In
wait,
person, he did it. In person.
wait. Listen, first of all, yo, James, shout to you, my brother. That's my brother right there, James. Look, Boots, we know right now, nobody really trying to get in there with him. But yes, the Flair, and being that he had a good one over Broner, hey, when Boots, if Boots could be a Venetian in 2 weeks, hey, put him in there with the Flair. I'll take that. I'll say Boots Flair. I mean, because right now there's not enough meat on the bone at 147.
There's
It's,
not.
the meat is thin on the bone, bro.
There's
Your
not. And
Barrios,
Blair gonna give you a tough fight.
yeah,
He gonna give you a tough fight. Blair ain't no bum.
no, he's
He ain't
tough.
no bum.
He's right. Listen, regardless, he's gonna go out on his shield.
He gonna get cooked.
Yeah.
He gonna get cooked. But you ever put a lobster in that heat? You seen what they beat that's really messed up. I mean, with lobsters is different. But when you cook a live animal, they gonna scream, man. They gonna fight. And that's what Blair's gonna do, man. He's gonna make it interesting.
I've always mentioned that I'm okay with a fighter losing by stoppage, but like Steve Clagget tonight, bro, I respect him because he tried.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He was, he
every second of the fight, he tried. Every second of the fight.
So he tagged Teo. He Teo little joint, little swollen here. He caught Teo. I mean, he didn't hit him with nothing crazy, but he snapped that back a couple of times.
40 Central, Tyson Fury a bum. Absolutely. Compared to these young, compare what you saw right now with Baron Rodriguez, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that as well too. And first, because I believe it. Two, because Tyson Fury has criticized, oh, I'm the best fighter in the world because no one can beat me. I'm too big. You think these guys, little Mayweather, little Pacquiao. So he himself is saying that he's that much better than a Pacquiao, than a Mayweather, simply because he's bigger. And that's not true. That's not true. And he said that himself. He said that he don't like those little guys getting that attention, and he's better because no one can beat him. No one can mess with him. That's bullshit. Skill for skill, bro. He couldn't tie Pacquiao's shoes, bro. And I'm sure you probably think at 40 Central he couldn't tie Mayweather's shoes, right? But because he's much bigger, he thinks so.
Yeah. Well,
he says fair point.
Yeah. I say this, James. You know me. I don't refer to nobody as a bum, but that was funny. Dream went off. That was funny. But regardless is this, you're right. You can't compare, man. Let's call it like it is. And I like Tyson Fury. Don't get me wrong. I do. But he don't have the skill set of them fighters you just mentioned. And you can't name, listen, say what you want. I don't see nobody with the same skill set as Ben in boxing. I'm just
not right now. Not right now.
There's a lot of great fighters. I'm not taking nothing. People, because people don't listen. They just listen
they don't.
to what they want to hear. Because they're gonna say, they're gonna go in the comments and be like, "Oh, this dude, how y'all gonna say he better than Bud?" And bro, I said skill set, skill. Look, listen, and look, skill. Look what they do in the ring, bro. People just think they just see knockouts. They not really watching the sport. They just looking. Are you watching or you looking? There's a difference. Watching.
Well, the cats that are gonna comment and say that not only are they not watching, but they're not looking either. Because most of them they're gonna have to go on YouTube and watch band fights to know what we're talking about. And then they're still gonna say no. Nobody's saying Crawford a bum. Nobody's saying Javante a bum. Nobody's saying Usyk in the way. Ain't nobody saying them cats in the way. A monster. Crawford, a monster. He nasty. Yo, these cats is. But we talking about skill for skill all around. Everything that they do, what they fighting, how often they fighting, who they fighting, how they beating everybody. No, Right now, there's no comparison for that kid. The reason he's not up there and he's not going to be mentioned is because he's 115 pounds. And I don't know why, because with Chocolatito, they did it. They did have Chocolatito #1 pound for pound when he was fighting, when he was in his prime. I don't know if you remember that. They did have a #1, and the people that didn't have a #1 is because he was too small.
Wow. Yeah, I know he was up there. I don't remember. I don't recall one.
Yeah, they had him #1. Yep.
Okay. All right. Because you remember he was fighting during the Pacquiao Mayweather era. So that's why.
No, he was a little after that. A little after. They were still around, but he was after that.
Yeah, but they were always #1. But I mean, look, but that was fair because Chocolatito was like that. Chocolatito's skill set was through the roof, man. But listen,
I remember one guy I was telling him, I was talking about Chocolatito, how good he was, and he said, "Yeah, but yo, do you like watching anybody above 115 pounds?" So and this was after a fight at the. I think I was there with you. We saw a fight at the Garden, and I was outside at that bar. It's one of the bars that people like to go to and shit. And the dude, he told me that, and but whatever. Again, Tank is only 20 pounds heavier. He's a lightweight, 135 pounds, and Tank is a monster. Some dude tried to argue with me the other day, my man's, that Tank a little dude, and he come to the hood, he'll get cooked, and all this other shit. I'm like, all right, man. Tank could put you in a. Tank could put any of your mans in. Come on, man. Tank could put somebody in the hospital, man. 175 pound man. They asked Tank the other day, yo, so you think you could beat somebody's 200 pounds? And he was like, but 200 pounds how? Like a fighter, like a boxer, like me? Nah. And then he said, no, no, just a regular person, like every day. He said, 200. It was no, he don't know. Yeah, I'll beat the shit out of him. I'll beat his ass. He ain't lying.
He's not.
He ain't lying, dog. He putting come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm not even gonna argue something like that. That just tells me that you're not being too. It's not. I'm not even gonna say the word, but it's not a smart thing to say something like that.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. But anyway,
let's wrap it up.
Listen.
All right, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in. 40 Central, Tommy, Ephraim. Appreciate the love, man. Share, like, subscribe. The Boxing Roundtable. See y'all on the next one.